What's up, guys? So my first video I went over my strategy for shares and how to find them, your entries, what stocks are good, what trading platform to use, and all that stuff. So if you guys watched it, you guys should know my strategy by now. But so this is gonna be the second part. I'm gonna talk about swing trading options and psychology that you need. So let's get into it. So for swing trading options, you want to find a stock that has a high price. This doesn't really work with low market cap stocks. You want to find something like this, like NEU, Apple, Nvidia, all those big stocks. You want to find something that has a lot of volume, dollar volume, high ADR, all that good stuff, like I talked about in the first video. So, when you find that stock, when it presents itself, when the market is good, everything is pumping, these high market cap, these high dollar volume stocks are starting to set up and have breakouts and all of them. That's when you trade. You don't trade that. I can't speak. So the high dollar stocks that are moving and have a lot of momentum is when you swing trade options. When it's okay market, use shares because it's longer, they don't have a deadline, theta and all of that stuff comes with options where it will expire worthless if you don't trade it right, So the only good time to trade options and swing trade them is when the market's good, which I think I showed in the first video of like SPY or NASDAQ being above the 10 and have a lot of momentum and strong. Oh yeah. Yep. So we have NEU right here. This stock has a lot of volume. It's a very high price. I think this is current right here. So we want to find a setup like this as we see the higher lows, lower highs. That's an indication right there. It's aligning with the 10 and 20 SMA above the 50 and 200. They're all aligning up, meaning it's a good stock that's proving itself that it's strong. So currently it's not doing so well, this is just for an example, but we want to see the stock have a higher ADR price or percent, more than 5. That's what we look for. Actually, let me see this. So this has a 1.71% ADR. We want it to be 5. More than $30 million of volume. This is more than 30 million, but we would like to see it a little bit more for options trading. Price solid. So we got lower highs, as we see here. It keeps on going up, higher low, and then lower highs. Boom, boom, boom. It's tying up into a range, as we see in this candle right here, day before breakout. Lots of volume on this candle right here, knowing that it's a breakout. It starts drying up and then it breaks out. How do you calculate when to enter and how long you should have? So typically you want to swing trade options for a couple days. You don't want to really do it more than that because, you could, but the sweet spot is like a week, So if this were to present itself on a Tuesday or Monday, we would want to swing trade this for 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 maybe. So 5 days, and let's just say that ADR was 5%. 5 times 5 is what? 25. So what's the price at this right here? It is $6.55. So 5 times 5 is 25. 25 plus 6.55 is 6.80. Where is that strike price? Right here. Boom. That's how you know. So you want to find a contract that is a week out. We don't want to be playing with 0 DTs or 3-day Ts. You know, we want to find something that's, I would want to say, more than a week out. You know, just so you can hold it if it keeps on going higher, you know. So on the breakout day, you want to enter and be like, okay, I'm going to hold this for 4 days, you know, 4 or 5 days. So you enter, let's just say, for example, today's September 9th. It's a Tuesday. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, market's closed that day. But you got to hold it for the next week, and it'll keep on going higher. So 5 days out, 6 days out, 7 days out, find the contract, and then 5 your ADR and 5 days you're holding. So think about that, and that you add to the current price that you're at. So this was at, let's see, 650. So 650 plus 25. Wait, did I do that wrong? Yeah, 650 plus 25 is 675, which is right here. And it literally hit that target in 1 day. So you could hold this for 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's not that much bigger, but oh, my thing just crashed. Lovely. All right, we're back. So if you guys have a Windows, use that. It works way better because I have a Mac and this thing is so slow. But as I was saying, 5 days out, find the contract, find the deadline where it expires. I would want to find a strike price that is lower. So if you calculated 5 times 5 is 25, find a strike price that is lower than that. So what did I say? It's 675. You could do 670, you know, when your thing was 650, you know, because you're in the money. You are guaranteed that you're going to hit that in 5 days. If you see how much it's, like, let's say down here, like this was at 674 and it went to all the way to 611. Like, this is why I like high price stocks, because if it's a lower market cap, it's going to be a lot higher to move up that much in a shorter amount of time. So yeah, 5 times 5, 25 on top of the entry. That's your strike price. Find a deadline that's a week out, because that's a good time where it can move up in that amount of time without being worried that's not going to hit it. I think it just froze on me again. Never mind. All right, so you're in the stock. You are up lots of money. So it is 1, 2, 3. You could start trimming once you're, like, same as the share strategy. You could start trimming your position when you're 5 times your risk. So let's say your stop loss. It's kind of harder to manage a stop loss when you're doing options compared to shares. But I would do the low of the day once you do that. When you enter, put your stop loss at the low of the day. So if you were to enter maybe a little bit above that, you're not going to lose that much, you know. Nothing's certain. So you put the stop loss at the low of the day. You're in it for 1, 2, and you're already up 100%. You know, you trim your profits and you move your stop loss to break even where you entered. So let's say you entered right here. Let's see. So this is going to be your break even. So you took your profits. So if it even hits your break even, you have profits and you still won. But yeah, when you're up 5 times your risk, you start trimming your position. 10 to 20, maybe 30 if you're up way more. Trim your position. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the swing trading strategy for options. So key points: find a stock that has high price, because you don't want to be messing with lower market cap prices because they won't move as much. Use all the filters from my strategy: the ADR, the 10, 20, 50, 200 SMA, dollar volume, price, ADR. You're pretty much set. 5 days out for your strike price. you know. So it's just your ADR times how many days you're going to be in there, and cut a little bit less to be safe. So that's the swing trading strategy for options. I'm going to get into psychology. This might be boring, but it's like the whole point in trading. Like, you cannot trade if you don't have a psychology, like if good psychology. So let me get into it real quick. This is going to be a yap fest, so be prepared. You can put this in 1.5 speed. So trading is 80% your mental and 20% strategy and actually trading. Why is that? Because you can follow any strategy you want. You know, you just click buttons, you follow your strategy to its rules, or at least you stick to a strategy. And if your psychology is not there, you're not going to stick to the rules. You're going to be greedy. You're not going to be trading like a robot, you know? Like, you're not going to be respecting your stop loss. You're going to be moving it. And like, oh, I don't need this. It's already up so much. And it flips around and you just lost all your money. You just got to trade like just emotionless. Like, you set it and forget about it. That's usually how I did it. I did crypto before this and I lost so much money. And that's kind of taught me how to not be attached to money, not be attached to the charts or to a single stock, you know? You just gotta let it work. It's a proven strategy and everything works the way it's supposed to. So just follow it, you know? But in my Discord, I have a bunch of videos about your psychology, how to deal with it for trading. Just stick to one strategy. If you want to follow my strategy, go ahead. I've been using this for years. It's proven to be profitable, so you gotta stick with it. You know, it's just patience. Patience is key. You've probably heard that a million times. Patience is key in this game, because if you don't have patience, you're not going to be respecting it. You're not going to be respecting your rules. You're not going to be respecting your strategy. You have to be patient, because swing trading, you hold this for days, weeks, maybe months, you know, and you got to be patient that this is going to play out, and you got to respect to it. So 80% is your mind, 20% is your strategy. So once you get better at learning how you deal with your emotions and how you can be disciplined in your mind, not letting those emotions affect you, the better the trader you're going to be. Trust me. You know, as stupid as it sounds, like I've been emotionless trading, you know, even in the world. So you just got to be a robot. As simple as that. Stick to the buttons. You just stick to your rules. Don't even think about, it's not even real money. Don't even think it's real money. It's just fake money. You know, you're just placing trades and it's just happening. So there's some books out there too about trading in your psychology, which I recommend you guys read, because it will help a lot. What else? I think like the main part is just like seeing that sorry, my phone was calling me. The main thing is just like, oh, you're seeing it's in the negative, like it's going to hit your stop loss, and you like were to exit the trade without it hitting. Because imagine if it didn't. Imagine if it just reversed and went up and you just missed out on that. That's going to mess up with your head, because next time that happens, you're going to respect that, or you're not going to even, it just messes with your head. Just follow your stop losses. Don't even look at it, because I've seen it happen too many times. I've day traded and done all that stuff, and I've lost so much money because I did not respect my stop loss. And I don't know if you guys have too, but just let it play out, because the market is so unpredictable and it does not care about your feelings or how you feel about the stock. It just moves how it's supposed to move, and you're supposed to flow with it. You can't have your like, oh, this better not hit it and attach your emotions to it. Like, if it hits, it hits. You know, you lost. That's why you have a 1% stop loss. You're going to make it back the next trade or next day. Speaking of next trade, you want to, if if it hits your stop loss once and it flips up and takes out the opening highs again, you can enter it. But once it hits again, you're done. You're done trading for the day. Wait for tomorrow. There's endless opportunities of setups and stocks to trade. Just because there's one that you missed out on doesn't mean there's not going to be others. So don't get FOMO, because that's also big. That's a really big thing. If you see like Nvidia have a big huge spike and someone made 1400%, like it's going to happen again. You just got to be patient. Just don't let it get to you. That's all I'm trying to say. Just be patient, be calm. You got this. Just trade smart. There's many videos on psychology and trading on YouTube, so check it out and write it down. Create rules for yourself that you will stick to and not break, because you got to hold yourself accountable on this. So, but I think that's it. Yeah, I think 16 minutes. I mean, I guess it's kind of fast. So swing trading options, that's the whole thing. Your psychology is the biggest thing in this space, because without it, you will not be able to trade correct. So, yeah, I'm going to be posting more videos and putting them into my Discord. So you guys should check that out. Lots of free sauce. And I also put some books in there too. I have like 70 free books that just help you be busy. That's another thing with psychology. You have to make yourself busy. The more idle you are, the more that you're gonna do something stupid. So keep yourself busy. And my thing just closed out again. So I'll see you guys later.